Welcome to my look at the Volvo C40 Recharge. Does Volvo make a decent electric car? Let's find out. Nearly every automaker has an electric car to offer you these days. Volvo says half of its sales volume will be full EVs by 2025, and by that year it'll have 1 million electric vehicles on the road. Very ambitious of those Swedes. The company's first BEV was the XC40 Recharge. Here's number 2, the C40 Recharge. Yeah, the X has been dropped, so is the squared off behind. People aren't buying sedans like before, but apparently they still like the roofline. Volvo makes it easy to settle on options. There aren't any on the C40. It only comes fully loaded at around $60,000, including delivery. And that's before any state or federal tax credits. It's eligible for Uncle Sam's $7,500 offer. The only upcharge is fancy paint, and these days, maybe dealer markup. As you might expect, C40 Recharge is built on the same architecture as XC40 Recharge, but it's not just a new back end. Designers say that essentially everything rearward from the A-pillar is unique to this car. I'm in Palm Springs, California for a Volvo event where these are the gas prices. Besides being easy on the fuel budget, electric vehicles are sold as environmentally friendly, no tailpipe emissions. The folks from Gothenburg go one green level higher. Carpets and fabrics are recycled PET bottles, so that Mountain Dew bottle you tossed last year might be in here. Is the Dew a thing in Sweden or Belgium where this is assembled? Well, anyways, this is a leather-free zone. Apparently the term vegan is not accurate since even the synthetic stuff includes animal byproducts. C40 is built on the same compact modular architecture as Polestar 2. The dual-motor system is the only version sold in the US, making a total of 402 horsepower and 487 pound-feet of torque to move 4,800 pounds, or 2,177 kilos for everyone else in the world. The lithium-ion battery is rated at 78 kilowatt-hours, 75 of them are usable. The C40 is one of those cars that doesn't have an on-off switch. Your butt turns it on. There is no multi-speed transmission. Higher regeneration drag is a menu-selected choice. The steering effort can be firmed up here too. EVs are judged on their range. C40 Recharge's EPA rating is 226 miles. That's 50 less than Ioniq 5. As for charge speed,
with a level 2 home charger, this car will charge from 0 to 100% in about 8 hours. On a level 3 DC fast charger, which is your commercial public fast charger, this will go from 0 to 80% in about 40 minutes. It's capable of accepting 150 kilowatts.
It's not as fast as Tesla or the 800-volt system in Ioniq 5 and EV6. Swedes won't mind the extra fika time. Americans are in more of a hurry. By their very nature, electric vehicles feel faster than they are because of the great low-end torque, and this has a lot of power, so man, it moves off the line. The sprint to 60 miles an hour is a rapid 4.7 seconds, according to Volvo. I think that's conservative. It really pushes you into the back of the seat. This is not a sedate Volvo. Visibility is great going forward, not so hot rearward because of the small window. These rocket booster ports are functional aero, according to Volvo. No rear wiper could be problematic in Seattle. One-pedal driving is definitely a thing in the C40 Recharge. Lift your foot off the throttle and it'll slow, not dramatically, but enough so that you don't really have to hit the brake pedal in city driving. It's much like the Tesla Model Y dynamic, and the pedal transition from recuperation to feathering in the physical discs, which is something that Tesla doesn't do, is excellent. Volvo does great brakes. It's a safety thing. Some EVs struggle to hit the EPA estimate, an issue if this didn't achieve the 226-mile rating. That is not best-in-class range, but it's 85 degrees out, and I am definitely seeing that figure. Truth in advertising. The cluster offers up info on power output and regeneration. I'm on target for 250 miles by day's end, driving enthusiastically and in these hills. C40 Recharge is no Porsche Taycan GTS when cornering hard, but it is entertaining. My old Volvo XC40 was like driving my grandma's sofa. It was just soft and floaty. This is pretty good. Obviously, the low center of gravity comes from the heavy batteries in the floor, but the suspension is tuned just about right for this vehicle. It's fun to drive. These roads are really twisty. A Volvo executive told me its cars are meant to soothe after a hard day's work. Mission accomplished. For a decompression chamber, this suspension is a solid, sporty setup. By their very nature, electric vehicles are quiet, and this one is no exception. There is a little bit of road noise coming off the tires, but it's not bad. Could be a good road tripper, except for the charging issue. To be fair, its power take rate is similar to ID4 and Mustang Mach-E. EV6 and Ioniq 5 need a 350 kilowatt commercial terminal for ultra-fast charging, not as common as 150 kilowatt stations. Back to the cabin. In addition to the eco-green materials, Volvo throws in a splash of blue, a trendy interior color. There are Volvo-style points in here, no cut and sewn action on the instrument panel, but materials are all top grade. These feel as solid as the chassis. Door pockets are enormous, and the felted material keeps rattles down. There are some clever storage spots here, too. The CMA platform isn't a fully flat skateboard, so the cockpit isn't as airy as Ioniq 5 and Mach-E, if that's your thing. The orthopedic seats continue Volvo's tradition of being extremely comfortable and supportive. This trim, on its own, looks great. I'll go to Volvo's footage to show you. It's an abstract topographic map of Sweden's Abisko National Park. And at night, the ambient backlighting is especially cool. C40 Recharge doesn't use the Volvo Sensus user interface. This one is powered by Android Automotive and largely uses casual voice prompts, which are pretty impressive. You just use the prompt, "Hey Google, I need to charge the car."
There's ChargePoint charging station 0.1 miles away. Want to navigate there?
Sure. There aren't loads of buttons, but turning on the heated seats or steering wheel is easy to do by voice. This is the future, kids. Volvo claims that Apple CarPlay will be added in an over-the-air update. As expected, this runs Google Maps, and apps like Spotify can be downloaded. The screen with excellent touch response might seem small, but it'll appeal to those that hate the glued-on iPad look that Tesla and Mach-E have. Evil Twin couldn't make it to Palm Springs. He's on the no-fly list, as you might imagine, so I'll be assessing the back seat. I'm sure that his big concern is the sloping roofline, so headroom? It's not bad, that much. Knee, leg, and foot room are actually pretty generous. The cushions, though, a little bit on the low side, so thigh support is average, and the door openings a bit on the small side if you're always getting car seats in and out. Door pockets are deep, a little on the small side. Nice that the kids won't fight over these. Adjustable vents, check. Power to charge phones, check. And heated seats. There's a fairly sizable spine running down the C40, so that cuts into foot room if you're gonna put 3 people back here. Honestly, keep it to 2, all right? People will be much happier that way. As for design, Volvo designer Eric Beck offers a brief tour.
As you can see, this clear color breakup between the body and the cabin makes this cabin quite compact and tight, while we have really dynamic and powerful body side is creating really good proportional balances between. This is actually one of the highlight of this car's exterior, because we no longer use conventional air intake. We don't need it for electric car. Our homework for ourselves was, how do we make attractive front without using the material design element what we used to use? And then this is a great example that we cover the front grille and then give us a really good aerodynamic efficiency. Another area that I can talk about here is this animated, digitalized, segmented tail lamp, which actually it shows our effort to step into the digitalized era.
Like the choice of meatballs or fish balls at IKEA, there's the sleeker look of C40 or the traditional XC40 roofline. I'll point out that these wheels are lovely and that a closer look has lots for the eye to discover all over the car. A quick mention of safety. Volvo seems to have de-emphasized that in its marketing lately, but says it remains its highest priority. I'm using the company's video since crashing a C40 in Palm Springs is frowned upon. Its automatic emergency braking includes pedestrian, cyclist, and large animal detection. It has solid adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. Its collision energy management is the best in the biz. Notice that nothing behind the windshield pillar deforms. It includes a high-strength steel cabin cell that doesn't crush in rollover situations or when dropped 30 meters from a crane. You'll want to be in one of these if you drive off a bridge. Truth be told, I saw a Costco while I was driving here, but these events are so jam-packed and I have so little time, I can't stop. So the trunk area, we're going to have to do that by the numbers. But first I want to show you that the load floor with storage underneath has skills. A small slot lets you do this, so grocery bags are less apt to slide around. Hey, this machine has punch, that'll happen. No spare tire though. For you skiers out there, this keeps them safe, and anything that's racked on the roof raises the drag coefficient, lowers range, and causes wind noise. Seats raised, there's up to 17.3 cubic feet, about 3 less than XC40 Recharge and 10 less than Ioniq 5. It's easy to lower them from the back, not much of a reach. All dropped, max cargo room is 44 cubic feet. There is a solid security cover. Sometimes those don't fit in the boot. No need to leave this one in the garage. And there is a frunk. It's not nearly as big as Mach-E or Model Y at 0.7 cubic feet. Let's go to red light, green light. Green light. Safety is a given for Volvo, so let's move on to the power and deep torque that the C40 Recharge offers, always high on my list. So are the excellent driving dynamics that are tailored to the real world. The sustainable cabin materials keep plastic out of the landfill and have a premium look. And people like the fastback style. Always good to have design options. Yellow lights. The stylish rake of the roof cuts into practicality compared to the boxy back end of the XC40. The cabin has Scandinavian style. The spine of the CMA platform cuts into its usability. The Android Automotive interface is exceptionally smooth with terrific voice recognition. Some OTAs with CarPlay are still needed. Red lights. Marketing the 226-mile range that Volvo, like Porsche, seems to be lowballing will be a tough sell at the $60,000 level. Mainstream competitors, like the Hyundai Kia offerings, have faster commercial charging speed. And the semi-autonomous driving tech that I didn't really cover is good, just not up to the standard set by GM's Super Cruise. Vehicles are never bought for a single reason. Sometimes a car just hits a buyer in their gut. The whole of the C40 Recharge has a gravity about it that's appealing. C40 Recharge is quick, comfortable, fun to drive, it's practical. The only real issue I see with it is the range. It's not up to what the others in class have, but the others don't have the Volvo-ness, which is something. This is kind of a neat vehicle. Buyers that like Volvo's 40 Recharge vibe now have two to choose from, the traditional XC or the progressive C. They add to the growing variety that EV shoppers have now. Choice. It's always worth getting amped up about. To stay fully charged and caffeinated, Volvo's announced it's installing some 60 ChargePoint DC fast chargers at 15 Starbucks between Seattle and Denver. If people like it, the program will be expanded. Volvo owners get free or reduced rates. I might have to give that coffee run a try. Again, full disclosure, I attended a Volvo-sponsored drive and used its exterior running footage, plus ate the food that was provided. But I'm all about giving you good information. I'm not impressed by nice hotel rooms. And an observation that might not be useful when buying a car, at these events, corporate culture seeps through in a big way. Some automakers load up on disingenuous marketing, others shoot pretty straight. All put the Volvo folks squarely in the sincere camp. The company seems to walk the talk.
The sustainability is not something that we're just following the trend, because sustainability is coming from our deep in the heart, in the blood vein, that makes our car be better for the environment and the people, more longer amount of time, period of time. So the sustainable effort to be sustainable has not been just recent, it's been a long time. So it's hard to find why, because it is who we are.
It'll be interesting to see how it does now that the IPO is launched. Without diving deep into the business side, it should give Volvo significant autonomy from majority investor Geely. This is the end, and even though I'm on the road, I'll still give you a fun fact, though I might have told you these already. The Volvo logo, that's called the iron mark, and it's because it's the symbol for iron. It's slightly redesigned now. And the Volvo name means I roll in Latin because the company got its start as a ball bearing company. And one more fun fact, on these events, I am always the last person in because I'm shooting all day long to give you good information. Last night's dinner was at 6:30. I sauntered in at 7:30. The catering people just hate me. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. I'm really active there. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.